Let me ask you, Tom, is everything that goes on with Shannon and Vlad, is that choreographed with Vladimir? Does Vladimir set that up for, that's the rumor, that Vladimir knows about it, it's being set up so they can make themselves a mega fight down the road. Even though people know it's not significant, they know that it's going to be a fight that people will watch just because of all the entertainment value. It's kind of WWE-like.
Well, I got to tell you, Shannon's probably one of the best self-promoters out there in boxing. But I think if you look at the last video where Vladimir actually fell off the paddleboard and could have easily injured himself, I mean, Shannon had nothing to lose in that situation. Vladimir has a big, multi-million-dollar fight coming up, and you could tell Vladimir was pretty aggravated with that. So, at some point, it was one of those things where I know Vladimir kind of tolerated it, but at this point, if it interferes with his training or his preparation, it doesn't make any sense. So it's definitely, to answer your question, it's definitely not choreographed.
It's definitely
from
not
our side.
choreographed from your side.
From Shannon, right. Shannon always seems to have a camera around when he does it, so you could say it's choreographed from his side, but he seems to follow Vladimir around where he goes, and it's one of those things. I thought he'd be here actually at the New York press conference, and actually was surprised that he wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, is he a glutton for punishment? I mean, especially after we know what Vitaly did to him, and now he wants to get in with Vladimir. You know what I mean?
That's one of those things that a lot of people don't know is that he went to the hospital. We always pray for the fighters' safety.
Of course,
both fighters and all the fighters in the ring. He took a lot of punishment in that fight. He tore his biceps, he fractured his orbital socket, he had a number of injuries, and so you can't question Shannon's heart. I mean, it is true that he was a WBO champion, he was a American heavyweight champion, and the amount of punishment he absorbed in that fight was really surprising. I thought they would stop the fight, whether it was his corner or the doctor. Right? But he went to the hospital afterwards for, I think it was over a week he was in the hospital in Germany. Vladimir actually went to go visit him in the hospital to wish him a speedy recovery. And again, you can't blame Shannon, because he's looking at, he's got a name, and he's looking at getting back into a heavyweight title fight, and figures somehow if he aggravates Vladimir enough that he'll agree to fight him. But at this point there's so many different obligations that Vladimir has. It's just not realistic at this point to put a fight like that together.
Absolutely. So yeah, like I said, that was you answered more than what the question was. Just it's obviously not choreographed by anybody but Shannon.
Right.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Good.